A siren and a queen chase secrets through the night, turning whispers into music, darkness into light.
Keep your eyes peeled for the cryptids and for chaos on the loose. They're on the case, cut to the chase. There's nothing they can't sleuth.
There is nothing minor about RPG Major,
So do us a favor and lend them your ear.
RPG Major is anything but minor.
Their harmonies you'll love to hear.
RPG Major is an actual play like no other.
Welcome to Snapdragon Landscaping and Investigation.
I know you guys handle mysteries that are non-standard.
I think that one of my coworkers is a changeling.
I was conjured. I am the Pirate King Fabio from the books. You're not asking the questions that normal people ask.
Can I do a quick check to figure out if this man is a ghost and doesn't know it?
Sure. I'm gonna need a discipline check.
Oh no! Oh no!
Give me a... Actually, if your song about this is good enough, it'll just happen. So make it a good one.
'Cause it's not just magic trick. This ritual is
That's right. It's a musical, but all the songs are made up on the spot.
You're not lying to me.
You've seen me try to lie.
Now raise your voice and take your place in this world.
I never wanted to hate you. I never wanted you to be gone. You have to understand that I don't know how much I can even trust you right now. Do you know why I even came here today?
I lost you once. I won't lose you again. I lost you once. Take my hand, my friend.
For laughs, mystery, storytelling with heart, and new songs every week, subscribe to RPG Major.
Welcome to DiceSized, and welcome to Happenstance Heroes. You might be thinking, hey, this doesn't sound like Rob, and you'd be right. This is Sav taking over the treasured throne of my favorite DM and husband to bring you bonus content of epically improvised proportions. I have to start by saying thanks to my lovely table of family and friends for taking a risk and handing me the reins for this session. I can only hope to spoil you with chaos and calamity the way Rob has done so well for us. Speaking of this lovely table, it's time to introduce these goons, starting with my brilliant brother-in-law, George.
Hey, it's G, and so excited to have a leader of the table switch up here. Happy to pass it off right away to get to it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Of course, next up, we have my brave bestie, Maya.
Hi, I'm Maya. You can call me Maya. Before this, Sav came into the dark basement and put a bag back over my head. So again, back to the darkness.
And last, but certainly not least, my hilarious husband, Rob.
I don't even know what to say. I feel dumber on this side. I don't know. Is that I'm unprepared? I do have one word, which is proud. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for this. And typically Sav runs a dope one shot for me alone on Valentine's Day. So for her to bring you guys into this, you guys should be very thankful.
Honored.
As am I to be a player at this table here tonight.
Well, I am so lucky to be here with all of you.
Oh, my name's Rob, by the way.
I hope they've got that by now. Are we ready to hear what we've got in store for you today?
Are we ever?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good. Okay, today we're going to get creative.
I don't know how to do that.
That's a lie. I designed this session to really put our improv skills to the test. Inspired by one of our favorite series from Dropout TV, Very Important People, the premise of the episode is this. I've created the shell or the skeleton of 3 unique characters, but with a twist. These characters, kept secret from today's players, feature only a few details set in stone. Stats, species, and class have all been assigned. These predetermined parameters exist to challenge this table to adapt and improvise as they get creative. The persona of these characters, however, is up to them. I just have to say, whether you're a D&D expert or wouldn't know where to start, the process of bringing a character to life can be one of the most accessible, fun, and creative parts of the game. I hope this exercise really highlights some of the unique approaches you can take to character creation and gives you a glimpse of how creative this crew truly is. What would you all say your favorite thing about creating a character is? Is today's challenge making you squirm at all?
Ooh, can I start?
Yes.
Cool. I'm squirming a little bit because I'm pretty painstaking about character creation. I typically noodle over something for quite a while, but I'm also so excited to dive into what I find most satisfying about character creation and just like lean into it. Like I feel like I typically will get swept away by one specific aspect, and I think I'm just gonna fully dive into that today. And so I think that's making the squirm a little bit more excitement than anxious, but still squirming.
I love it. Good.
I don't know how to be creative.
Again,
yeah, right.
a lie.
No, I do. I honestly believe that, and then I feel like I'm at home right now because improv challenges me to be the most creative that I can be. I am always the first person to get stage fright, belly aches and butterflies before every performance. Anything that I've done repetitiously too. So I can be 100 shows in, and I'm still melting on my feet. But when I get out there, I have fun. So I'm excited to get the idea in front of me. I'm shaking in my boots, but I'm ready.
It's so interesting to get that perspective, George, because when you do get out on stage, it's always like, whether it's a real stage or the metaphorical stage in here, you give calm, cool, collected energy. And I think that makes everyone else feel really comfortable. So it's kind of funny to hear that perspective.
Greatest lie ever told.
Well, it serves you.
Never say he wasn't confident.
There it is. Makes up for a lot.
I have to say, when you were pitching this, I had nothing but, oh, thank God energy, because my least favorite part of character building is choosing the species and doing the stats. I just want to do the silly fun stuff in the middle. And so the fact that that's already done for me, I'm like, huge. Let me just expand into this how I see fit. And for this, I'm so excited.
I gotta second that. I've played enough D&D at this point where I could have fun playing anything. I know I could have fun playing anything. And so whatever is on that sheet, I'm going to enjoy.
Thirded. Yeah.
I definitely tend, when I'm making characters for like other campaigns, is that I come up with who I want the character to be and kind of have like a skeleton idea of the background and who they are as a person and how they would react to things. And so whenever I try to apply that to then like a character sheet, it's almost like annoying for me. Like I'm like, but I wanted to, but then at the same time, it will still drive creativity and like create things. But yeah, I'm happy to have this part taken away from me.
As I created this sort of exercise in this episode, I've been really grateful that I would be on this side of the table, because I am constantly blown away by all of your like role play finesse and your creativity. And while I really love building characters, I usually take a lot of painstaking time to do that. And I kept thinking as I was designing this, like, this would be so difficult for me. So I'm so thrilled to, I'd be excited, but I'm so thrilled to hear all of your like really great energy about it. I think it's going to suit you all, and I can't wait to dive in. So without further ado,
that damn
Never
guy.
shut up. Seriously.
The wizard further ado. He's just always floating somewhere else.
Whiz, man.
Invis whiz div.
Now we know
div
that.
whiz.
Yes, obviously, without further ado is a moniker for the Invis Whiz.
In whiz. Well, anyways, perfect.
Inline
Take a whiz
skating.
at University of Shiz.
can you tell what we've been watching lately? Here's how this episode will work. George, Maya, and Rob will roll to be assigned one of my pre-built level 3 character sheets at random. Next, they'll reveal the few predetermined details they've been given, including stats, class, and species, before spending a few minutes workshopping things like names, voices, background lore, to bring a brand new character to life at the table. Players will then use these characters to navigate a series of experiences and challenges. We're bringing you along to witness on-the-spot character creation and brainstorming before I challenge players to finish building out the details in D&D Beyond. We'll shine a spotlight on some of the most noteworthy and flavorful choices made throughout the process before finally you'll get to hear George, Maya, and Rob try their characters on for real through a series of interview-style questions. Their short and sweet answers to these questions will help them settle into new personas before finally we set off on an epic adventure together. Here we go.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this interview.
Okay, can everyone give me a roll to see what order I'm going to hand out these character sheets in?
Ooh. Oh, my first
Can
roll
we
as a
add our
player?
initiative? Sorry.
We don't have an initiative. I am totally going to be a DM square.
I would expect nothing less.
Of course, my rolls as a player are going to be shit. That's an 8 for me.
6 for me.
That's a 7 for me.
Okay.
We are in sync.
Alrighty, I'm going to let
George. No, 8?
No, me. I did I win?
6, 7, 8.
Oh
Yeah,
my
6, 7,
God. I spoke way too soon.
Incredible.
I spoke way too soon.
today, your 8 is high. I'm going to let you pick one of these sheets, Rob. Leave it flipped over.
Ooh.
Working with analog character sheets, skeletons today.
Oh, the top.
Oh, interesting.
Fate answered, and I'm going to stick with the step I see ahead of me.
All right, George, take your pick. All right, Maya,
I
this
had
one's
a
for you.
dream the other night that I was a paladin for some reason, and
What oath did you take?
I didn't.
Oh,
I was afraid.
That's the problem.
The oathless paladin.
We're about to find out. Okay, our players have each been assigned a partially built character sheet, but they have yet to see it yet. Are you ready for the big reveal? Oh boy. I'm going to ask each of you to flip over the sheet in front of you in a moment to learn a few choice details about who you're going to finish building. Feel free to take us along for the ride as you read and process the details. But Rob, can you kick us off?
I would be honored. Happenstance Heroes, character number 3. Oh, interesting. I'm a dragonborn sorcerer. Very fun. Cannot wait to think about that subclass. Well, I mean, the Dragonborn, I feel like as a sorcerer hits so hard. I'm quite strong. Oh, I'm not a very good sorcerer.
Oh no.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry,
We just cut that first bit of you talking about how great sorcerers are.
No,
No, I'm not very good at this.
I'm bad at my job.
I'm starting to get the name Happenstance.
Yeah, we're starting to get an idea of where the chaos is about to come into play here.
Super fun. I can't imagine a better situation for a sorcerer to be lacking in charisma because
I was gonna say, what cued you in that you're a bad sorcerer?
yeah. Oh yeah, the low charisma.
Yeah, low charisma.
Yeah.
Exciting. Okay, George, what are you
I'm
working
also
with?
quite dumb. Sorry, last line.
Well, you did say you feel dumber in this chair, so it does.
Yes,
track.
the -1 intelligence should actually allow me quite a little bit more space for the roleplay error here. So if use the lack of intelligence. Oh, I just got to be Akuma.
Yeah,
I'm big Akuma. That's my note for now, and moving on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Happenstance Heroes, character number 1. I am a Goliath rogue.
Oh.
And I also am not very good at my job. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Okay.
What cued you into that?
Well, I'm not very quick at the quick things.
Oh, just a slow rogue.
Well, you're a Goliath.
That is an interesting career path. From
where I come
How'd
from.
we end up here?
From where I come from, there's bigger things to sneak around. Here, I kind of stand out. So.
All
Oh my
right,
gosh.
Maya, let's hear it.
I'm sweating.
Oh, I love it.
I am a gnome barbarian.
I am small, but I am mighty.
Oh, and I'm not very dexterous. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, all right. Oh, this is a pretty decent spread, though. I'm smarter than both of you, I'm assuming.
You're smarter.
What's your
Are you
intelligence?
strong? at all?
I got +1 strength.
Oh, okay. That's you're not the best barbarian.
I just started, so give me a break.
Interesting.
What is your intelligence?
What is
it?
I already said it. I feel like you know the answer.
But you
to
said
this.
it's low.
Is there
but
a reason that are you asking this to hurt
I'm just
me?
wondering. No, I'm just wondering if I could be the leader of said party.
Oh yeah, you definitely should be. Mine's -1.
Oh, what were you at?
Speak of intelligence at such a unequivocal rate.
Yeah. What are you at?
+1.
Ha, +2. I win.
Oh, no.
I am leader.
Incredible. Getting perfectly ahead of ourselves, as I should have expected. All right, now we're going to go back around the table, and I would love for each of you to talk through your thought process and let us in a little bit on your inner monologue as you sort of digest these details and begin formulating a character around them. You can take a few minutes each to try on voices, names, and anything else your brain latches onto as you analyze these parameters. None of this needs to be set in stone. This is your workshop time to see what fits and experiment with vibes, not mechanics. So we'll see how some of those stat arrays change as you make decisions down the road, but feel free to ask each other for input or just think out loud as you consider the specifics of this new character. Rob, let's start with you.
Okay, well, I feel like we got a pretty good peek at all of us just now. I went immediately analytical. I think it's probably my use of looking at NPC stat blocks, and the stats always tell. The Dragonborn Sorcerer is just such a classic, and then my charisma is +1, so I'm not mad about it, but we don't have the best barbarian, we don't have the best sorcerer. And I'm super excited for the low intelligence because I think intelligence and wisdom really drives my character creation or NPC roleplay typically a lot. And with the low intelligence, and I'm just a big old lug who's got some access to magic. I actually might not be that big. Charisma is also the force of my personality. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where I came from, and I'm not actually sure what actually kind of dragonborn I am, but no, I'm not a kobold. No, I get that question a lot. No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll move out of the way. Sorry.
Sir, I'm sorry you can't smoke in here. You seem to have a smoker.
So, no, it's just kind of continuing to happen. I don't know how to explain this. I think I'm imagining a character who is always obtrusive in a space, but is still small for a Dragonborn, mainly probably due to their posture. I think maybe I might go with something like Soot.
Ooh.
I'm imagining a character who's always in the way, doesn't know their own strength or speed, but it's obvious to anyone else. And so as soon as I interact with somebody, they don't want to interact with me because they imagine me to be dangerous. I'm too low of intelligence and wisdom to pick up on that, but I hopefully am kind. We'll see.
Big softy, teddy bear energy.
Yeah. Otherwise, I might just deserve the reputation. We'll see. But I think at this point, I definitely don't know my own strength or speed, and that's due to my low intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And
not self-aware, huh?
Yeah, and I think the sorcerer, as sorcerers are, their magic being more innate, truly a part of themselves. I think it's just something that it's always been a part of me, and I've never really thought about exploring it more because I don't know, it's just a part of me. Do you think I could do more with it? Sorry, I am in the way. Once more, I'll move out of the way. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at. My character creation is definitely deep into the stats, but I obviously fell into a voice there at some point.
Yeah,
so
I liked it.
Yeah, so it's sticking with me, I think.
So it's a good name. All right, I'm excited. George, how you feeling?
Oh my goodness, so nervous. Okay, so initially when I saw Goliath, I was like, okay, deep voice. Right.
I love where this is going.
Now that I've had a little time and dove into my memory a little bit, it feels too colliding not to,
make Goliath a little bit. He tries his best. I try my best. I work in a bunch of tough guys around me. I work my best, but it really ends up being something that I just like to read books. I like hanging out with people, like video games, but Dad wants me on the farm. It's I snuck out and where I started sneaking. Got caught the first 57 times, and that 58th time, no, I got out of there.
So wholesome.
So wholesome. And that also gives me the space. I wasn't going to go big and lumbering because it seemed like you wanted to go that direction. So I think
you can act bigger than
now,
me.
Now I can actually be like, no, I'm super sorry. I'm in the way. My bad, guys.
No. Yeah, I'm always in the way. Yeah, let me get it.
Don't even look at me. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm in the shadows over here.
Grandma always said I'm going sideways through doorways.
Oh, you're continuing to talk to me. Maybe I could tell you about the fact that I'm quite sad.
Yeah, I'm just glad that
I'm quite sad.
I'm just glad that you stopped smoking. I was really worried about your voice there. But yeah, I'm really falling into the low decks, very mid strength for what my proportions and class are.
Amazing.
And super excited to build a backstory at random.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we get to pick a background. Oh,
yeah,
I'm so excited.
That's coming.
For this.
It's coming. Well, so far it's shaping up to be, it seems like quite a wholesome table. And so I am really counting on Maya to either lean into or away from that. I will be pleased. Pleased either way. Cannot go wrong.
Well, I'm so excited to introduce Elsie, our gnome barbarian.
Elsie.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound like a barbarian name.
I love it.
It's because I wasn't raised this way.
So I don't quite know. I'm still trying on voices, but I'm thinking more. My parents really wanted me to follow in their footsteps of being a gardener and landscaper in the community, but I don't think they know what they're talking about because I'm a fighter at heart. I'm a fighter. I'm here to protect. I'm here to slay, and I'm here to show you the way.
Oh, and she's a poet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not +2 intelligence, baby.
Bam.
So I have just been looking down my stat sheet and kind of like writing myself little notes. I'm like, why is the stat this way?
Oh, cool.
And with my constitution being +2, that only kind of leads to Elsie's number one preferred way of fighting is the cannonball or being thrown. So I'm very happy to hear that we have a very large individual here because I think
here, let me just roll up in a ball. Throw me.
Oh,
throw me.
We can do the toss again. You don't have to jump at me right away. Okay, 1, 2, and here we go.
For my people.
It's a lot denser when you pick her up.
She has a +2 intelligence. And I think that intelligence is mostly from like world knowledge, earth, and vegetation. So in terms of fighting and what she should be good at as a barbarian, it's not where the knowledge is coming from. The intelligence is very much, yes. Well, maybe she could use it too in like what would be best to like throw at someone, or like the density of this rock is, great. So
intelligence is also wrapped up in like nature and religion, and it's all over in checks and other places too. Totally.
So I think it'll be fun to play with that, and like because she is so small and like what can she use to be mighty? And my charisma is a 0, and I think that is just because I will refuse to accept that I think I am the best fighter, and I am indeed not. So, because my dex is -1, my strength is only +1, so I'm looking forward to Elsie. She's gonna be a nuisance, I think.
Damn. Oh my God.
Elsie, if you just hold very still.
I just imagine her like walking up to the Goliath and like kicking him in the toe, like,
listen up here, scram.
Oh, yeah,
scram.
Damn. Okay. I am so excited to see how these characters solidify throughout this session. Okay. Now our players are going to spend a few minutes finalizing their character in D&D Beyond. They'll choose things like background origin feats, spells, equipment, and unique actions or traits to add to their character sheet as prompted by the character builder. So once you've solidified these details, we'll continue exploring your character's personality and vibes. Ready?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Happenstance Heroes, Happenstance Heroes, Happenstance Heroes, Happenstance Heroes.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, players, now that you've had time to finish building out your characters in D&D Beyond, can you please share your character's name and a few of the unique details you chose to round out your build, including your background origin feat and how it was acquired, along with anything else you feel highlights the personality and flavor of the character?
Whoa. Do you want me to go first or something?
Obviously.
Okay. Well, my name's Soot Grimlet.
Hi, Soot.
I recently found out that I'm a dragonborn, so I'm realizing that I can do a lot of things. The tides of chaos called, and I guess you could say what I'm doing is answering them. Here's a few things that I really loved about the character creation process. All right, I'm gonna
save us all.
I'm still finding them, but so it's got these burnout vibes, which I found pretty immediately in the fact that his charisma was low, even though I used the character creation process to up his charisma.
Cool.
Similar to what we did for our character creation for Wish Hunter, I'm viewing that as like the journey that he's had.
Awesome.
Although I once thought I was a kobold with just, dark black scales where all the other kobolds had not dark black scales. I recently found out I'm a dragonborn. And so, like I said, the tides of chaos called, and I didn't want to go full draconic sorcerer. The wild magic is just way funnier to me to add on to I found out I'm a dragon, and I think I'm sorry. It's just so funny. He's a black dragon, dragonborn, having had a black dragon ancestor, and black dragons do acid damage, and so I think he was super unaware that he had any sort of draconic ancestry because he just had really bad acid reflux for the longest time.
Give this guy a Tums.
In general, Soot doesn't want to be doing much. He's a wayfarer background, so
tell me about that.
I grew up on the streets surrounded by similarly ill-fated cast-offs.
Oh.
A few of them friends and a few of them rivals. I slept where I could and did odd jobs for food. At times when the hunger became unbearable, I resorted to theft. Still, I never lost my pride and never abandoned hope. Fate is not yet finished with me.
Oh.
And as a wayfarer, I've got some proficiencies in stealth and arcana, I chose arcana, but stealth came with it, and thieves tools. I've also got the lucky feat, which I thought was really fun in just this world that we were playing in. Like I said, I chose to boost my charisma. So I see this journey of Soot having thought he was just a kobold, one of the many packs, and even though probably a little bit more driven and independent than most kobolds, he just never truly picked up on it due to this low intelligence until finally a draconic ancestry literally had to sprout out of him. I'm imagining puberty, I think, because this feels like a very puberty driven.
I was gonna ask, what's Soot's name, or not Soot, or Soot's age?
Excuse me. It's Soot, man, but it's fine. I actually don't know. I don't think I would actually correct you in real life. I think
Soot suits you.
Suitable.
But sorry, what was your question?
Age. I was wondering.
Oh yeah, I think
it's because it sounded like a change.
I forget how long Dragonborn.
That would be a good Google.
I think they're probably human.
I think they're humanoids.
Yeah, I think they last. Their longevity is about the same as humans.
Yeah, 80.
Cool. Yeah, and I think so. I am truly around maybe late teens.
Oh wow!
I think I'm truly figuring it out, but I went through this really awkward puberty of finding out I'm a dragonborn. I have a draconic ancestor, and I should not be one of the pack worshiping another dragon. So I got out of that, stopped just giving gold to the horde or whatever I was doing, and lived on the streets for a long time. So I think I'm still doing that and trying to figure things out. I think I probably earn money, like my background said, through odd jobs with odd magics, but it kind of comes and goes, and I'm still figuring out the whole sorcerer thing.
Incredible. Is there anything else about your background you want to share, or your magical item that you chose, or anything like that?
Oh, that's a good question. I
let each of them choose a magical item.
So generous.
The best.
Just looking for that flavor. I'm measuring with my heart here.
For my item, I chose a dragon touched focus. And since we got to go up to the rare magic item, mine is stirring, which allows me both advantage on initiative rolls as well as a chromatic dragon. I get a little bit of extra damage, and I get to use it as a spellcasting focus, which is really, I thought, the coolest part. It's supposed to be a piece of a dragon or incorporate at least the imagery of a dragon and with claws and scales and teeth. And I imagine this to be like the item that I was going to bring to the horde that awakened the draconic ancestor within me and like told me I was more than just one of the pack.
Cool. So how do you think you found it? Or where did it come from?
Ooh, good question. I probably like a really brutal raid where not much was gotten. So it was super important to bring back the very little loot. Quotas were running high. So it was a huge fucking deal that I said no.
Wow.
And I didn't make quota. So I was punished that night and had to like hide it in some way. And either escaped or was exiled for said disobedience.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, cool.
I don't really put off those kind of vibes. I'm not really wanting to talk about my trauma. I'm really just wanting to move on from all of that and figure out what magic's all about.
Interesting. Okay, well, it was good to meet you, Soot.
Thank you. Soot, Grimlet, good to meet you guys. I'm excited to see who else is here. What am I here for again?
George, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'd love to go next. Let's go ahead and talk about me, Fellman Clum.
What a ring that has. Wow.
I mean, the only thing more dynamic than my name are my eyebrows. It's really the only hair that grows on my body anymore. My eyes cross if I talk too loud. Shit. I hate shoes and showers. You never really catch me in either of them. My favorite meal is bored slugs. I mean, you give slugs a good boredom before you eat them, and they're just so much sweeter.
Bored slugs.
I used to be the spokesperson for Fairy Dusters. It's a fairy house cleaning service. We were international. You'd see me going from cottage to cottage doing my spiel. You know, is your fairy house full of dust fluffs and floofy stuffs? Give us a huff and a puff and we'll blow that dust right out of there for a small fee and 19 bits and 99 bobs. Trust us, we'll bust that dust. Yeah, it really didn't end well, though. The Tortoise Shell company I was operating got audited, and maybe the bad PR was too much for the Fairy Duster brand to keep me. Also, I was stealing from all the fairy houses. So, but who knows why they really let me go. Now, here we are trying to find work in a world that really doesn't really understand good old Fellman Clum.
Oh my God. My face hurts from the odd smile I just had on my face.
Casually writing that up over there.
I can't believe I just got so thoroughly blown out of the water.
That's incredible, George.
I really tried to improv half of that, and I ran out of things to say at the halfway through.
Wow, that's incredible. Tell me about some of the decisions you made that sort of brought all of those beautiful pieces of Fellman to life.
Yeah, I initially followed this. I followed the stats. I tried to find the strengths and my weaknesses. So I got the +0 strength and a -1 dex. That's a rogue. Is horrible. But then I saw these, +2, +1, +1, and +2 for my constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So I was like, oh, what kind of stealing and hiding and sneaking might I do in this white collar crime of, Fellman here? And it inspired me to write this almost, door-to-door salesman, thinks all his actions are right just because they're logical to him, and does no wrong. Can't really admit when he's wrong and just kind of keeps logicking through it in his own rationale. He's 8 foot, but his posture really puts him at about a 7. It really affects his mood, but I don't really like being such an eyesore anyway. I believe in being very precisely spoken, and want to make sure all my thoughts are being conveyed appropriately, even if they're inappropriate at times. And big thing about me is, I don't have a whole lot of friends out there, but my boy David got me this sling. We met. I'm actually Goliath. I actually got into the Fairy Duster business. It's a family business. My great grandfather was a giant in the Fairy Duster realm. The business world. He was the greatest of greats. And
a lucrative business.
Same eyebrows. Wow. If you could see a crystal picture, it was just, oh my goodness. And we're gonna move into the actual things I picked. I'm a thief and a merchant, so I get the lucky feat, which is really exciting to kind of mess with rolls a little bit. For giant ancestry, I chose Cloud's Jaunt, which allows me a magical teleport up to 30 feet, which I'm assuming is accidental. It's a bonus action. I don't know why I read it like this, but I imagine it I attack and then I just disappear somewhere for it's bonking out. Oops.
I feel like the hiding that I get is really out of in your face type of hiding, like boring people to low perception and creating really, really melancholy environments in which no one would suspect anything at all.
When people say like this person walks in and lights up a whole room, your version is
neutralizes any happiness.
Officer, you don't understand. The party was so boring. Nothing happened until suddenly somebody was murdered. Honestly, it was still boring at that point.
Yeah, nobody knows who hides dagger behind his back. Yeah, let me tell you about a 30-minute story about what happened. So I came from my aunt's house. You know, my aunt is kind of...
I'm getting such energy vampire vibes.
So is any of Fellman's like diabolical nature, is he intending to be deceptive, or is it sort of accidental? He's finding himself just, oops, I manipulated my way into having done this.
I think it's just he's very understanding of a competitive world that seems unfair, and so he applies that unfairness as his like neutral logic meter, and so he doesn't think that he's being mean or unkind or deceptive. He's like, everybody's got to get their dollar, so I just, if it's there, I take it.
He's rewritten his own rules.
I think I wrote it as chaotic neutral for my selection. And any feats of note, I get sneak attack, which I'm hoping I can be creative about on how to get that advantage. And in my subclass, I chose thief, so that matched with like the merchant and thief backstory.
Cool.
I have fast hands, but I think I'm going to work around that differently. Really not going to get into my relationship with my boy David until we get at the table. It's a special one to me. Well, I'll tell you a little bit. We sold some stuff, and it's really hard to get into friends with a coworker. When you build those relationships at work and then things just don't go your way. David's still working for the Fairy Dusters, and he hasn't really contacted me since he sent me on my way with this sling. Hit me right in the forehead, too. Not really sure why he had to go and do that. Felt really biblical.
Thankfully, he missed the eyebrows.
Yeah, I honestly think
How
it was
could he?
almost shaved one right off, And my magical item that I selected was the Mistwalker. Can't remember. I think it's Mistwalker armor, but I renamed it the Crop Duster. This dark leather armor releases wisps of fog from its seams. While wearing this armor, you can use the action to cause fog cloud, which I was going to re-narrate into maybe some bodily function. Once this property is used, can't be used until the next dawn, so it's one big fart a day. And in addition, this fog doesn't obscure your vision, and while you're in opaque fog, you can use your movement to teleport to an unoccupied space that you see in the fog. So I got like a kind of bopping around teleporting thing.
Teleporting for you.
Yep.
It's exciting.
Big guy moving fast in a different way.
Well, I hope we get to experience your dusted crops. Wow. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share about Fellman?
Just that he's really excited to participate. It's been a while since he had structure. I've been on the job market for quite a while now, and it's a hard thing to put your past behind you. And I've reapplied for the Fairy Dusters for I think 2,187 times now.
Wow.
So
Is that your dream job then, Fellman?
busting puffs. That's
Bustin' puffs. I love the canon that we're creating for this world. This is fantastic. Fairy dusting?
Oh, I love that.
Well, fairy houses need a dusting, and especially in this day and age, you got this climate, and people are building bigger and bigger fairy houses. The job's a big one.
Just imagining the most fantastical suburb.
Fairy houses.
Is the vibes.
Oh, you can't imagine the time that a bunch of orders of dust of sneezing and choking and coughing got switched up with the order of pixie dust. Oh boy, was my boss mad at me then.
Oh, yeah, fairy dust and pixie dust is very different now. We don't even mess with the pixie dust. We call them the hazard team.
You need a whole different filter for that.
Oh yeah, no, you basically have to go in and you have to really burn the whole thing. We just honestly we watch them just kind of pour some what do they call that gasoline, and then they just
whoa, the tough stuff. Wow. Well, incredible to meet you, Fellman. I cannot wait for this. All right, Maya, how you feeling?
Maya's left the chat. And
Sweet.
it's me, Elsie Thornhaven.
Epic.
Elsie is a gnome barbarian, as we talked about earlier, and I chose the farmer background, as her parents are part of the gardening and landscaping business. Around these parts, we often work with the fairy dusters. Just kidding. Sad before this. Don't work out that your characters know each other.
Could we possibly be from the village of Lot?
Sure.
Which is canonically is where the events of Monkey's Paw took place, because we knew that there was a quarry. It just makes sense that like it's a nearby enough.
Lots of lots in the land of Lot, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
Also,
great.
like we all are happenstance. Like we've all been given our lot in life.
Got
We
it.
like we've normalized this chaotic world by just creating companies to help each other.
You've reestablished corporate.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit of balance.
And it makes sense because like a fairy house city too, like if I'm imagining like fairy house suburbs, you know, it would only take up like an acre, but it'd be a massive city for them.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
The domain is the quarry and
Fairy House
the
Valley.
fairy dusters and the garden. Like those are the three powers. Okay, sorry.
Oh no,
Sorry.
you're good. So the farmer feat grants the tough feat. So I'm tougher. My hit point max increased by an addition.
She's dense.
Yeah, she's little, but she is dense.
Sick.
My hit point maximum increases by the amount of equal to twice your character level when you gain this feat. So beefy. I also get some skill proficiencies with my farmer's background, and I chose survival and medicine. Not very barbaric, you say? I'm getting there.
Cannot wait.
Through the farmer feat, I have a keen appreciation for nature's bounty alongside a healthy respect for nature's wrath. Years tending animals and cultivating the earth rewarded me with patience and good health, which is great, I guess. Whatever, if you like want to be a farmer. I increased my strength score by 1 and my constitution by 1. So now I'm sitting at a +3 constitution, and I like this because I intend to be thrown. Which gets me to my characteristics or my character details. My alignment is chaotic good. My faith is in myself.
Beautiful.
In terms of like physical appearance, I'd say that Elsie is pale green skin. She's got a red perm. Her eyes are bluebell.
Ooh.
She's 3 feet tall and she weighs 40 pounds, like a large bullet. Imagine just like that coming at you. She's 30 years old. So for a gnome, they can live up to 350 to almost 500 years. Around 40 is when they settle into their adult life. So Elsie's parents are really hoping that she can figure it out in the next 10 years and settle into the gardening life. And Elsie is determined to do anything but. So there's that. Personality traits, she just wants to be thrown. She refuses to accept she's not meant for fighting. She's very bullheaded, but she's also very resourceful. Her ideals, she's here to protect the earth. Her only bond is to her dummy, her practice dummy that she practices in the any of her spare time.
What does the practice dummy look like?
I think I think just like a humanoid, but like big. Because, you know, she's got to take on something bigger than her because she is bigger than her. So I think it's just a really big humanoid looking, like almost a scarecrow, but just fat, like a fat scarecrow. Interesting. That might be funny when meet a Goliath.
Hey, you look like someone I know.
Yes. My parents wanted me to follow in their footsteps. Obviously, they're still hoping that she comes around. I have a war pick a glaive that I found buried in the garden while we were landscaping. And I convinced myself that it was my great-great-great-great-grandmother's, and she left it there for me to find, only me, so that I may defend the innocent living creatures from harm. And so I am here to fulfill that destiny. My glaive is actually made, because it was in the ground for so long, because my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, I don't know, it's just a long time ago. It's made of adamantine, one of the hardest substances in existence. And then whenever I hit an object, the hit is a crit. So
cool.
Very fun. Elsie is still in contact with her family. Holidays are definitely a little awkward. She's very dedicated to her cause. She's a vegan, obviously. And she won't stop subtly shaming people about it.
What does that sound like?
What's in that?
Turkey.
In this economy.
Everything is just in
you
this
know
economy.
that once lived and breathed.
Yeah, and it's delicious.
And now you're eating it for pleasure? For pleasure?
For nutrients.
That thing didn't
and
live for you to eat
sustenance.
it. No.
Very subtle.
Yeah, super subtle.
Did your great ellipses? Ellipses. Fellman. Did she happen to know a giant by the name of Christopher Clum?
I've never actually met my great grandmother.
Yeah, I don't think really any of us have met.
I feel like that would exceed at least 500 years. So we could say, yeah.
I mean, if you're being very literal, yes, none of us have really met our ancestors. I was asking you a literal
Well, I mean, like
question.
as a gnome, like we live kind of forever. So I just feel like
I speak gnomish. You could go ahead and just.
Wow. Pensions already.
Incredible.
I can't believe I'm here with you guys. Are we here for the same reason? I'm not quite sure.
We're going to find out.
this is going to be fun.
Wow. Okay. Is there anything else you'd
Still
like?
figuring out the voice. I'm going all over the place here.
Amazing.
I was very excited for my subclass, actually. Leaning into the nature part of her background. And she chose Path of the Wild Heart, which basically imbues me with the power of nature and lets me cast Animal Speaker, or it's called Animal Speaker, and it lets me cast Beast Sense and speak with animals.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to play with. I also get Rage of the Wilds, and whenever I activate my rage, I gain a couple fun little aspects that I'm excited to play with. So,
oh, cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, just a little gal with a lot of rage up in there.
There's a lot of rage in here.
I must protect the little guys.
I love it. How was the experience of sort of like expediting your way through the rest of your character builds?
Honestly, again, I am so painstaking with characters normally, so painful. so painful to just like be like, yeah, this is it. But also such a fun challenge because everything I picked feels right. Like
Cool.
I don't feel now when we're at this point, I don't feel as if I only felt rushed because I was making myself feel rushed.
Right. Yeah,
A lot of
knowing
the
you don't have as
decisions-
much time as you normally do. You have
It
all
made
the
me
time.
trust my gut rather than agonize over some decisions that I typically are just like, well, I guess, okay.
Yeah.
And now I'm just, very happy to figure out more about Soot Grimlet. He's hilarious.
He's no David.
It was
David.
super fun. These stat arrays, I think you did a really good job making them just interesting in which way we could take them. And I'm excited to place it out.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, I think it was definitely right up my alley to rush through this.
Same. I was like, I liked the rush.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun to just kind of, it's hard to get my brain in that state of just typing things out from thought onto there, but having the slight structure leading into just, click through these things and then start typing some things that might correlate to all these other things. That's why I love D&D, is that you can kind of bounce off these pegs as a marble and find this interesting path down the puzzle game. And I'm so excited to find out who the fuck my boy David is. Like, I feel like he's got a lot of wisdoms. I'll be sharing them throughout the experience here. Yeah, this Soot guy over here, he's seems like he's got a lot of wisdoms in him, which is interesting. You seem kind of young for I'm 42.
Man, when you're like just figuring out whether or not you should listen to the voice inside that's just saying destroy everything, and
you don't listen to that voice, you just take that stuff.
I've got my gut, and then I've got this ancient dread black dragon god that whispers to me about my draconic ancestry and how much I have to live up to that. And it's honestly it's a little bit stressful, and
that's fucked up.
Yeah, most people just kind of look at me blankly and turn away and walk away when I say that. So I actually really appreciate
I'm sorry,
that.
did my eyes go cross-eyed? Whatever, I swear I get too loud. My eyes go cross-eyed.
I thought you were about to turn away, but the cross-eyed actually gave me the hope that you might stay. And the fact that you did.
Excuse me. Can you take at least one step to the left? The ants are trying to cross the sidewalk.
Oh, sorry. I'm still figuring out my size.
Please. I don't care what you're talking about. Scoot.
I've only been big for this 5 years. I think I'm still going through puberty. Totally not. He's just, I think, still not used to the new dragonborn body. And I'm still getting used to the changes. So I don't mean to be this big, but I'll step this way if you don't
Thank you. Yes, they are
Yeah.
working tirelessly and you are in their way.
Are my wings in the way? Oh God, I can feel them. I'm gonna get wings at some point, and I swear they're just there right now. And so I thought they were in your way, but it turns out they weren't.
You have no wings. You have no wings.
You'll fly, brother. Don't worry about it.
How tall are you?
Tall enough.
Wow.
I'm still haven't moved out of the way of these ants. These ants are like yelling at me from the little path down there.
Oh my God. Not the ants. I feel like I'm really getting to know Elsie, Soot, and Fellman. So now I'm going to ask a few questions and you'll each have a chance to answer either in character or on behalf of your character. But this exercise should sort of help you like really find your feet and begin to feel comfortable stepping into your character's shoes. Ready?
Always.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you can answer in any order you choose. But your first question is, what is your character's claim to fame, or what are they most known for in their community?
Ooh, good question.
Well, I think I already answered that one. So,
Yeah.
I can talk more about the fairy dusters if you'd like to, but, we can also move on to anybody less famous than I.
Wow.
Feldman, Clum.
That's just a celebrity name if I've ever heard one.
Sorry, man. I gotta say I haven't heard of you, dude.
You've
but-
never heard me do the dust bust spiel?
No, could you actually tell what I'm actually kind of looking for a job? I'm actually not quite sure if that's for me. Society is, I'm still figuring it out.
You're in the perfect business, brother. You see what I can do for you.
I'm in the business
already. Yeah, you're talking to me. I am the
It's
business.
that easy?
Oh, is that easy? Yeah, we just need to go door to door and we set up a brand new fairy dusters. We'll call them
Sylvan
sweeping.
There we go.
Sylvan sweepings.
Yeah, we're gonna go start the Sylvan sweepers, and yeah, no, you just sign right here. It's a contract.
So am I dusting with fairy dust?
Hey, watch
or
the
am
ants. Well, yeah, we
am I
did just move
dusting-
out of the way.
So no, you got to be really clear about the details, man. I'm kind of slow, so you gotta give it to me straight. Am I dusting with fairy dust, or am I using fairy dust to dust?
What we do is we remove the fairy dust.
Okay.
And then when no one's looking, we steal all the shit.
Oh, I'm really actually super down with that. That
Yeah,
actually,
it's not
that
in the
kind of job.
contract.
I thought this was a pyramid scheme, man.
No. See,
Cool. You just knew me. Okay. Wait, I've never signed my name to commit a crime before.
This is really just for the tax purposes. I got audited once by the IRS.
That makes sense.
The fantasy IRS, the FIRS.
Was that your claim to fame? The IRS knocked on your door and you were like, I've made it.
The infomercial world really knows me most. The crystal visions always had me playing around, 2 a.m. or, whatever you'd like to see at the moon time. But, I run good with the high crowd.
Wow. A little bit of smoke and flames comes out of Soot's nostrils as he's thoroughly impressed, I think.
Gee, Tums.
So what was your claim to fame? What are you most known for?
Oh, I forgot that's my name.
Looked at Maya like,
yes.
Yeah, tell me.
I think Soot's claim to fame is the fact that he holds a one-of-a-kind relic of a type of dragon that doesn't actually visit these planes very often. Gem dragons and metallic dragons are both like these types of dragons that are a little bit more divine in nature to grace these planes. The item I have is made of gem dragon. It's like a crystallized, it's basically just like a crystal statue of a dragon. My claim to fame is that I stole a well-known amongst treasure hunters treasure from a dragon's hoard. Unbeknownst to most people, that it was just me running away for my life because I thought I was a kobold. I lived a terrible life as one of the horde, but I think my claim to fame is that I hold one of these amazing items.
Cool.
I knew I had you pinned as a good type of thief. We need more of those in the business.
I'm also, because of that, known as one of the people that can not always get you what you need, but get something to somewhere.
Got it. Okay.
I'm a pretty good middleman.
Nice.
In the industry that I've found within my network.
Yeah. So who all knows that you have this item? Everyone, or just people?
any spellcaster of note,
Cool.
any noble person, anyone in the general would know that it's like a powerful magic item of a type of dragon that is so rare that they literally don't exist in the material plane.
Awesome.
I should also clarify that Fellman wants his infomercial and door-to-door life to be his claim to fame, but I'm sure
It shows.
It is the trouble that he got in.
Amazing. I love it. What about Elsie?
I'd have to go with Elsie's claim to fame being her glaive from her great grandmother. She's just able, it's her calling, it's her destiny.
And as well as that's more of like everybody knows about that claim to fame. But then she has a kind of more personal claim to fame, and that is with her animal handling and like nature proficiencies. When her family does landscaping for people and they opt to have pesticides, she will then go and kind of recon and convince the local rabbits, squirrels, rodent types to just go and dig holes and just be absolute menaces.
Wow.
Because, we got to fight back, fight for the little guy.
There's no such thing as a pest in this world.
Doing the real work. That's amazing. Okay. Wow. Talk about a value system. Beautiful. Okay. If your characters had walkout songs, what would it be?
Ooh.
You could make up a song that exists just in this world, or you can use a song that everyone knows and loves already.
Fellman's would be a single, slightly flat note.
Fitting.
Just the whole time.
Is it ascending? Is it descending? What's
happening?
Where's it going?
Isn't quite right.
But I can't stop listening.
Did you discover it on like an ED commercial after that aired after your infomercial?
Yeah, I think it was actually just like a glitch on one of the crystal visions or something like that. It just started making like
the alert tone.
Yeah, the alert tone. It just stuck with him.
Amazing.
He hums it all the time.
That's got a ring to it.
Yeah, he hums it when he wants to feel at peace.
For copyright, I'm only gonna do dun 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 dun. And that's all you get. You can fill in the rest.
That's good.
You know what? That is fitting. Fitting based on what we've already heard of Elsie. I love it. Does she dance?
No.
Does she acknowledge it or act real suave about it?
I think it's very much of like a slow strut that ends in roly poly.
Oh yeah, a little tuck and roll.
Maybe comes out and then starts
Sticks the
strutting.
landing.
Yep. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
I love that.
And she's singing it in her head. There's no music actually playing.
Got it. It's all the vibes that are oozing out of her body.
And then when she's done, she looks at her practice dummy. She's like, "Was that a good one? Was that a good? Should I turn this way next time?"
Yeah.
Beautiful. What a gal. And Soot?
I think my song.
Is a slam screen door?
I think my walkout song would be the part of The Devil Went Down to Georgia where it breaks into
The fiddle?
metal. No.
Less than 6 seconds.
That's something else. But yeah, I think it would be just the idea of like wishing for a different fate.
Okay, cool. Metal.
Thank you.
Badass.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, the fiddle part is good too. It'd be a little bit
Seems
of
a little
both.
high energy for what I know of Soot so far.
Yeah, because he's just walking out slow to this one. He's got a vibe though.
Cool. All right. If your character planned their own birthday party, what would it be like? I was really aiming for questions that would get you into their heads.
Well,
and I'm proud of this one.
You know, I just turned 42. And
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a big one.
42 years of
Epic.
Fellman Clum right here. You're looking at it. Bald, beautiful, and in control over here. And for my birthday party would be starting a new company. Wow. I think I get together with my boy David and my guy Suit.
Honestly, a day where I didn't explode with magic or otherwise need to worry about where money was coming from the next day. Honestly, if I could just have an okay day, that'd be pretty cool.
Aiming real high there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Also, if he trails off as he has to pay attention to the draconic voice in his mind, if I could not listen to the draconic voices in my head for a day, that would also be super sick.
You know, sometimes you can just listen to those voices, brother. You know, those are the voices that make me take shit. You know, you gotta.
Somehow listening to you is actually giving me a little bit of an immunity to listen to more constant words.
Yeah, you know, just practice these words. You know, Sylvan Sweepers are here at your Sylvan service. Sweep it clean and keep it clean with our brand new Swapper Swoop Swept Up Sweeper Swervis. Sweep and swoon with our sweep needs.
I thought you said that was a front, man.
It is a front, but you need a good front.
So much effort for a front.
You need a good front.
It's so much effort.
You can't have a good back with a good front without a good front.
So much effort.
Also, you know,
am I Jesse?
Also, this angry little fella over here. You know, what
makes you think I'm angry?
Well, your demeanor.
I'm not angry. I'm having a great time.
You're definitely angry.
You seem very angry.
No, I'm determined.
When I get angry and I yell, my eyes cross. Do your eyes cross when you get angry?
No, but I can hear every animal.
Every animal?
Every animal.
What do they say?
So it's got voices in his head too.
So many voices.
They say, "You got this."
Wow, that's not angry at all.
Destiny.
Oh, the pressure of destiny, though. I get that.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
That makes me angry
cute.
too. That makes me angry too, because it's like, who said I didn't actually just want to carry gold to the horde my whole life? Like, who said I had to be here right now?
Well, since I don't know you, I couldn't really guess and be accurate.
Well, who said you had to be here?
I said, well, technically this glaive in the ground that was buried by my great grandmother told me everything I needed to know.
I get the pressure of ancestors too.
Are you sure
man.
that she didn't know Christopher Clump? You know, I'm really, you just seem so familiar.
How many greats?
Oh, your legacy?
37.
Oh,
makes sense.
No, not in this lifetime.
Yeah. Well, you know, I just was talking to my friend Suit.
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to correct you or go through the effort of correcting you. So if you want to call me any trails off,
Mr. Suit here has just signed a wonderful contract to, join us in our Sylvan Sweepers, and you would be a perfect fit for our Sylvan Sweeper.
I don't sweep. I don't clean. I do.
Oh, neither do we.
I do fighting.
No, we.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I am here though.
I don't sweep. I don't clean.
We don't.
I don't do fighting.
We don't actually. We don't actually sweep. Is what we do here is we go in.
Instead of sweeping and stuff, can you maybe come to my birthday party? I really need to convince my family that I have friends and that they also think that I'm really good at fighting.
Do they need a sweeping?
You can sweep if you really hype up the fact that I'm a really good fighter. I'm really strong.
That's cool that you have parents.
Oh, one of those. He's one of those.
He's one of those.
I thought I was the only energy vampire in the room.
I mean, one time I had a dragon queen that was keeping me basically in prison. Her name was Elliot.
This guy's a fucking downer, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
well, in Draconic, it sounds way tougher.
I was talking about you. Were we talking about your great grandmother?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not really my great grandmother, but now that you mention it,
great. How many greats?
Well, she's a dragon that's lived for 1,200 years, so
that's enough greats. We can be friends.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. I think the math works out.
All right.
I can't decide which birthday party I'd rather go to.
50% of this job.
I'm having an okay day right now, so it's basically my birthday.
Happy fucking birthday.
50% of this job really is just talking exactly the way you're talking. If you can distract people the way that you distract people,
I think I applied for a job. I've answered some interview-like questions today, so
oh my gosh.
How many jobs am I applying for today? Wow, I already got one. Let's see if I get the other.
This is incredible.
If you convince my parents I'm a good fighter.
I was about to ask if these characters are starting to feel real to y'all yet.
I wouldn't say so. I think it's still kind of just
I need
like a little Croy, like a breath in the wind.
My imagination's really stunted.
Fuck you guys. This is amazing. Okay. Do we have any guesses as to what's coming next?
a good fucking time.
That's right.
We already established we're doing Sylvan sweeping and competing with fairy dusters.
I don't sweep, I don't clean, I only fight.
I've been holding off on like setting a scene at all, but I feel like just because of the sitting,
the ants are still waiting.
I feel like we're all like in like a little interview, like a group interview process, just saying the most insane.
Are we all applying to the same job?
Oh my God. Well, I wish I'd written it that way.
Big neon sign above says Sylvan sweeping interview.
I'm apologizing ahead of time for my voice. I feel like I'm switching between like several things.
I've been Igor 30 seconds at a time.
She's just really small and trying to sound really big.
I think we're all distinct.
It sounds good.
You stay small.
You guys are all doing a great job.
I'll stay high.
You stay small, I'll stay stoned. He'll stay sweeping.
I'll really just stay right in the middle there.
Small stone sweeping. We figured out our promise prayer potential of these characters.
Wow. Walked right into it. I love it. All right. Shit's about to get real. It is time officially to release these characters into the wild for the very first time and see what sort of chaos occurs. What sort of more chaos occurs. I have 3 experiences planned for this soon to be formed party, and I couldn't even begin to fathom where we'll end up. But that is where we'll leave it for today. Our heroes have been created and the chaotic happenstance of their journey is about to begin. If you want to hear what happens next, you can join us on the Patreon for part 2 of Happenstance Heroes. And trust me when I say that the real hilarity is only just getting started. When you join, you'll also unlock our full library of Patreon exclusives, including our after shows, bonus episodes, access to our custom score tracks, and more. And because we want you along for the ride, we're giving you 1 full month of premium access for free as a thank you for being a listener. Just find us on Instagram, username DiceSized, and send us a DM with the word hero. That's HERO. From there, we'll send you a direct link to unlock a month of free premium membership via Patreon. So go ahead, come roll with us, laugh with us, and see just how far a little happenstance can take a hero.